One of the highlights of places to visit in Swindon town has to be the Swindon Steam Museum. If you are interested in the history of Swindon, steam engines and trains in the UK, and the development and evolution of transport, this should be on your to-visit list for Swindon and Wiltshire. Armed with a camera in one hand and a passport in the other, join us as we seek out the sights, taste the food, check out the wildlife and battle language barriers in our quest for adventure. My name is David Postansky and this is my girlfriend Rachel Jane, and we are jet-lagged and loving it. So today we're at the Swindon Steam Museum, and apparently your grandfather worked on the railways. In Swindon. How about that? My grandfather, I think, worked something to do with trains at some point as well.
It's very specific.
It's very specific, I don't really know. The museum is surprisingly big and features several old trains that you can view, sometimes step inside of, and lots of other great displays. I always like museums that don't just show you objects with dull boards of text to read, and instead have things that bring the stories to life. There are a decent amount of mannequins that show you what people working on the trains or in the offices would have been like, and give you a sense of the people and the settings of the time. Hey up, love. Can we have another scrubber there? Oh, here comes the missus. Look, she actually has scrubbers there.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, so there is one room you go into and it's like you've stepped back in time as a man is stood in front of a desk being given a lecture by his boss. This comes complete with audio voiceover, so it feels like you're stood in the middle of the story. Is that a person or a statue? Is that a statue? Definitely. Should I tap them on the shoulder? Can you go in here? Hello?
It's not as if you live miles away.
Oh my god.
I travel in 6 miles from Burton every day, and you don't see me turning up for work at 6:25 with no real excuse.
Genuinely didn't know if you were a person.
What kind of service would we have if everyone had your attitude, Garvey? Answer me that.
Well, I don't know.
There, you see.
I do.
Everyone else can get in here on time, and so can you.
Yes, but I'm doing my best.
Well, you know the score. I'm knocking you half a day's pay.
Well, I just won't turn up for half a day.
More than fair. Get back to the foundry and see it doesn't happen again.
He's doing dialogue, but it's only one-sided, so I felt that you're meant to take the place of Harvey here. Okay, so I can't see a spoon, but they have a toilet roll holder on display in this museum. Do you remember that day we saw the toilet roll holder and the pen nibs? That was so magical. I love museums. The museum does have some things which aren't just trains, including some old amusement arcade machines, although these will take your money and not all function, so be warned. Tell us about what you just saw.
It was worth it.
So this is a really weird thing. A full tablet of Nestlé's milk chocolate and your weight. After weighing, step off the machine to obtain chocolate, pull handle. So you step on there, and apparently I don't weigh very much. But then you pull this, and nothing happens. Okay, tell us about the importance of women working on the railways.
During the Second World War, the railway works played an important role in the production of shells and bombs for the war. As well as building tanks and landing craft for the D-Day invasion in 1944.
Well done.
Women worked.
Women worked?
Women...
I know, that is a hard thing to actually say, isn't it?
It's hard thing to do as well.
Yeah.
Women worked in all parts of...
I'm not trying to make it so it's easier for you to see.
Women worked in all parts of the work during the war, taken over from men, called up from the military service. Many of them took in on the heaviest tasks, such as in the boiler and erecting
What?
shop.
So basically, when the men went and died for you, you were erecting things in their absence.
We took on the heaviest tasks.
Yeah, erecting
Such as
stuff.
erecting things.
Oh dear. Oh, what's this for?
It's a toilet.
I thought the same thing. I thought it was a toilet. Rachel thinks it's a toilet.
Don't use that.
Why? Oh, what? Use the clip or use the toilet? Unbelievably, they've got cups, they've got saucers, they've got tea. There is still yet to be a spoon. In the entrance to the museum, there is an old car which I believe may have been some kind of primitive fire engine. Just looks like an old-timey car. There are some interactive parts in the museum, including one where you get to pull levers and feel like the train has movement as you bump along, and you also get to pull a cord, which means that the steam engine will go toot toot, just like the Doc always said he wanted to do in Back to the Future Part 3. I always wanted to do that too.
All aboard!
The trains are impressive, and there's one where you can walk underneath it through a passage to see underneath and below the train. So here we see the actual locomotive from Back to the Future Part 3. I mean, this is the time machine. I mean, it looks like it, so why couldn't it be? If it said ELB on it for like Emmett something Brown. I don't know what the L stands for actually. And look at this, look at those wheels. No tyres on it yet, so they'll have to add those at some point. Well, what have we got over here? This is, I don't know, but this is a full-size locomotive, like a choo-choo train. A genuine choo-choo train here in the Steam Museum. Now, there is a walkway so you can go underneath. Okay, so we're going to go underneath the train and meet halfway. This is like Brief Encounter or whatever, where they meet at the train. So here we go. Oh, I think I can see it. Wow. This is what it looks like underneath the train. And there's Rachel. Rachel underneath the train.
Slightly scary.
But I want to go out this way so I can see this bit.
Well, bye.
Bye. It's completely safe, of course, but there's something scary about having the many tons of the train just overhead.
I knew you were going to do something like that.
So this is Isambard Kingdom Brunel. He kind of looks like Bill Murray's brother, like who plays like the mayor in Groundhog Day. He really does. Look at that. It's like Punxsutawney Phil. You know, and he's got a broken thing in his mouth. Look at that. He's like literally just reaching around and seeing what he can. There's also a block puzzle and some fun displays to build miniature bridges, which kids and big kids alike will enjoy messing with. There's going to be a spoon around here somewhere. Rachel's now going to lift the anvil.
Probably have it.
It is. There's also a huge wall of all of the names of people that have worked on the trains in the area over the years, and for local residents it's a cool game of spot your relative. Wow, these are all the names of people that were bored to death here. Here we see, there we can see, this is the bridge that goes over Shonash Ravine.
Did you make that up?
No, it's from Back to the Future. It gets renamed Clayton Ravine because of Clara Clayton. How many times have you seen Back to the Future 3?
Twice.
Twice? So, the Steam Museum here at Swindon hasn't let me down. Because here we can see a display with a specimen tea basket used by railway passengers. And there we'll see on the tea urn, there are 2 spoons attached. Every museum has to have spoons. We saw lots of things which hinted at spoons, but now we finally got spoons. Why, when you come to a museum, do you want to see that? It's spoons. But for some reason, you put it on display here, and now we're looking at spoons. Spoons! The museum was quiet during our visit, which meant we basically had the run of the place, but for a few others there. But I can imagine it would get quite busy at times during holidays, or if ever there was a school visit. And here's a proper display of cutlery. There we go. Every museum, without fail. So, finally a moment's peace. I'm actually inside one of the trains on display here. I think you're allowed to come in here, but who knows. But it is nice, it's very atmospheric. I can move into the shadows, or I can come into the light. It's definitely a place worth visiting, and even if you're not really into trains, the place is presented well, so that it's a fun journey back through time. So, until next time, we're still jet-lagged and loving it.